Hey guys, my name is Tim. Many of you might know me from my social media platform, My PD Party. I was recently asked to attend the Michael J. Fox Foundation MVP Awards weekend in New York City. It was an absolute honor and life changing experience. Made me very glad that I documented most of it so I could show you all. Hopefully, it'll do the same for you. Take a look. I was absolutely honored to be asked to be part of this grand occasion located at the Conrad Hotel in downtown New York, just a block or so away from One World Trade Center. As soon as you pull up and walk in, it's absolutely stunning. Decorated in the colors of the Fox Foundation, orange neon lights, beautiful blue walls, nothing but Parkinson's warriors chatting about their stories and learning about one another. As I made my grand entrance, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I do know that the Fox Foundation does everything in grand fashion. So I needed to make sure that I at least looked good and looked the part, and then I would take the rest from there. After getting situated in my suite, I took a short walk along the waterfront until I got to the Six Point Brewery. This is where the Fox Foundation was hosting its annual MVP award winners meet and greet. Nothing but wall-to-wall Parkinson's warriors. Once I was able to relax and settle in with a nice beverage, I loosened up a little bit and I walked around and I met a lot of people, a lot of fascinating people. Talked about what worked for them with fundraising, what worked for them with their disease. I actually met a couple of future Parkinson's warriors that I didn't even realize how great their stories were until the following day. And I even ran into my great friend Kylie, who was such an integral part of helping me with Team Fox for my soccer tournament. After getting a good night's sleep, I could not wait to attend the breakfast conference, filled with tons of great information. As I came up the escalator, I was absolutely welcomed with an MVP welcome, like only the Fox Foundation could do. You entered the room, wasn't even sure again what to expect, and nothing but a top class spread was put out, from every kind of juice to breakfast food you could want, muffins, bagels, and most importantly, coffee. And I sat down and I had a beautiful writing tablet and pen with tons of information waiting for me. I wanted to get there early because I knew the demand would be high to be in this room, and I wanted to make sure I got a great seat. This is by far and away my favorite part of the weekend. This panel discussion was an eye opener. Top members of medicine and science with Team Fox members discussing the latest advancements in therapeutics that have come out recently, the pros and the cons, as well as things that are in the pipeline and that they're working on, and things that need to get done in order to make that happen. They also discussed how the next 5 to 10 years are absolutely vital to the advancement of Parkinson's. So before tonight's MVP Awards dinner, I was so excited to finally meet somebody I consider a friend, family, and a hero, a pioneer, Allie and Mike Signorelli. Allie was the first person to ever reach out for me after my diagnosis and introduce me to this wonderful Parkinson's family. After discussing therapeutics, advancements, and Mets versus Yankees, little did I know, nor did Allie or Mike, that we'd be sitting with the Hero of Advocacy Award winner for the day. It was a truly inspiring moment to see the expression on her face, to know that if I could put in a tenth of the work that she does, then maybe I could one day have that kind of applause for me. She's an absolutely amazing person. She was a huge and integral part of getting past the national plan to end Parkinson's, and her husband Mike are a shining example of that. When you get a PD warrior and a great support system around you, anything is possible. So with the paparazzi in full effect and flashbulbs popping, I was ready for my red carpet moment. I tried my best to look the part, but yet I was a little disappointed that nobody asked me what designer I was wearing. I then watched an unbelievably motivating yet tear-jerking documentary video of Pat Morrissey, who I had the honor and pleasure of meeting. He, along with his team, Human Powered Potential, rode over 41 days to raise over $41 million for Parkinson's research. He is a shining example of how nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, could stop a PD warrior with a goal. So after the MVP Awards dinner was over, I had the pleasure of meeting Amy Becker and Drew Hader, Head of Advocacy and Government Relations for the Fox Foundation. While they appreciated my work online and acknowledged it, they thought that my voice could be used on a larger scale to get in front of select government officials to tell my story and see what I could do to push the needle to finding a cure for this disease that affects so many. So on the third and final day of this event, I waited for my morning pills to kick in and I decided to take a walk. I didn't think it was a coincidence that just one short block away was the 9/11 memorial. I had never seen it before. I sat there and I watched and I thought it was a sobering experience, but yet it was just a reminder of how precious every day could be and how every day we wake up is a gift, and it's the gift of the opportunity to make each day what we want, to fight for those who can't fight anymore, who struggle from this disease, and do all we can to end Parkinson's. The last event of this weekend was a community walk. the last opportunity to chat with you fellow warriors and to show how big community is for this disease and how strength is in numbers, and together, if we all do our own small little part, we can move the needle just a little bit towards finding a cure. So as I drove home from the weekend, looking at, ironically, my handicap sticker shaking in the window, I no longer felt hopeless, helpless, and alone. It was just the opposite. I felt empowered, inspired, and I felt like I was part of a family that was much larger than before I walked in there. So in closing, I just want to personally thank Mr. Michael J. Fox and the Fox Foundation for an incredibly eye-opening and gorgeous weekend. I truly believe it's changed my life, guys. For a man that at one point had felt hopeless and without a purpose, I now have a sense of clear empowerment and a clear goal to leave this Parkinson's family in a better place, which I found it. I understand that I'm here only speaking to you because of the hard work that so many millions of others put in before me and before us to provide us with therapeutics and hope of a cure. And while I might not be able to write legibly or type good or even walk on certain days, the one thing I do know I have the ability to do is shake up the system. And I'm pretty sure anybody who knows me could tell you that I could be a nudge at times. I spent many years wondering why I was blessed with Parkinson's. Yes, I said blessed, and I'm starting to realize now maybe why. Maybe this was my calling. Maybe I could somehow use Parkinson's as my superpower to help change the world for myself, for you, and for future generations. Just by simply moving the needle a little bit towards a cure. We can all do that. And on the days where I don't think I have it in me, rest assured, I'm going to be thinking of people like Ethan Henderson, a Parkinson's warrior that actually climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm going to be thinking of Pat Morrissey, who braved the seas over 40 days while suffering with Parkinson's, and just to raise funds for others, to raise funds for me. And so many great warriors I met this weekend. So I hope that you guys like seeing my face, because you're going to see a lot of it in the future as I humbly accept the Fox Foundation's challenge to become a bigger voice in this community. I will turn every rock. I will go down every avenue to be my part towards a cure. And just quickly, I want to say that of all the beautiful things that I received this weekend, and one of them was this hat, this candy bar is the best gift I got. And I'm going to explain why. I was lying there the night after the event, and I was hungry, and I was going to eat it. And I don't know why, maybe because it was so beautifully wrapped, I just immediately thought of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in that movie, and what it meant to Charlie to open up that wrapper and see that golden ticket, what it signified. I know it sounds corny, guys, but I'm not going to open up this chocolate bar until we have a cure, because I do think it's a lot sooner than people think, and I know that the Fox Foundation thinks that as well. But the one thing I will tell you guys is that this chocolate bar does not have a shelf life of forever. So now is the time for me to do my part and for you to do yours as well. So what this weekend with the Fox Foundation, with you all, and what this candy bar signifies is something that I think we all need on our worst days. The greatest gift that we could ever receive. It's called hope. So I want to thank the Fox Foundation again. I want to thank all of you for such a beautiful weekend. I cannot tell you how much it's meant to me, and I guarantee you will see me next year. I'm hoping to see you there as well. Thank you guys so much, and God bless.